My name is Joe. These are just opinions. I am Joepinionated. Today it's the 25 best songs from 2024. Each song from a different album. No doubling up on the same album. Keep things interesting. Number 25, I'm going, I believe it's her fifth album, Lucy Rose. The track I'm picking off the album, This Ain't the Way You Go Out, is The Racket. The Racket. Kind of goes all over the place. This album's really interesting. Great recordings. Over When It's Over and Could You Help Me were a couple other of my favorite tracks from the song, but the last song, The Racket, is the best track. I don't know that much about Lucy Rose. If you know a bunch about her, put it in the comments. I did listen to her album. It was, like I said, pretty cool. Singer, songwriter, piano rock, sophistopop, Lucy Rose, The Racket. Song number 24 comes from rap, metal, experimental hip hop, hardcore hip hop, current day King of the Mountain, JPEG Mafia. From their album I Lay Down My Life for You, Sin Maiedo. Just pump you up music. I love, like the guitars and the synths. They've got a real, almost like No Limits sound to it. A little more gangsta than No Limits, but manic sound. I was never really that into it, but I've been kind of finally getting into this sound, and JPEG Mafia is a big reason for that. Sounds great in the car. Sin Miedo, I don't know how to pronounce that, so sorry if I butchered that. It was between that track and New Black History. Number 23 comes off their fourth album, It's Sorted, from Cheekface, and the song is Popular 2, and this is a 5-star song all day long from an almost 5-star album for me this year. And it's indie rock, it's geek pop, post-punk, a little Devo, little Weird Al, little They Might Be Giants, Cheekface, Popular 2. Great place to start if you don't know Cheekface. Check it out. Cool video too. Great videos. Up next, from Eric Slick, the album is New Age Rage, and I'm going to go with the song Lose Our Minds. This Eric Slick album is creeping up to be my top album of 2024. Creeping up to be my most listened to album of 2024. Eric Slick from Dr. Dog ordered this album in recently, New Age Rage. Check out the videos, listen to the lyrics. Lose Our Minds, a great, fun, almost like early 80s synth pop hook with fresh lyrics, and that's what the whole album's all about. Just if you like that 80s revival sound, then I think you really like Eric Slick. It's funky too. It's not just 80s, it's new. Check out Eric Slick, Lose Our Minds, from the album New Age Rage. Up next, and these are all 5-star, 4 and 5-star songs, so they're all great. And like I said, we're spreading them out through the different albums. Check out the channel. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Appreciate it. There's plenty more episodes like this on the channel. If you've made it this far, check out another one. Okay, the next band, I'm pretty sure this is their debut. This is their debut album, The Last Dinner Party. And the song I'm going with is Sinner. And there's quite a few good tracks on this album, but I think this one stands out as the pop, the most pop, fun dance all girls group. They're writing good jams, remind me a bit of the Bangles, not so much the 80s revival, more it's almost even got more of an early 90s sound to it. But it's fun pop music, and they're rocking it on stage, and they sound super tight. I watched a couple of their live performances. They were really good. So if you're into a new Bangles all-girls group, check out The Last Dinner Party. They're pretty fun. Up next, song 20 comes from McGee's second album, McGee. That's MK.GEE from his second album. Track I'm picking is Are You Looking Up? It's, I think, the single from the album, but what an incredible album. Very unique sound from this guy. Neo psychedelia, ambient pop, soft rock. There's touches of like a Prince almost tone on his guitar in some songs, and really, sounds like single mic on a lot of atmospheric stuff going on. Really cool. I don't know what the hell he's doing on half these tracks and how he's making it sound like that. And I watch him do a few live ones too, where it doesn't make any sense to me either. I'm going with Are You Looking Up? What a beautiful track. Put that one on early in the morning. Song number 19 comes from Kacey Musgraves. I believe it's like her 10th album, somewhere around there. She's been around for a while. And I had a hard time choosing with this one too. It was late to me. I actually kind of missed it during the year. I didn't get this one until December. So it probably actually would have made my albums of the year video that just came out a couple weeks ago. And I had a really hard time choosing between my two favorite songs from the album. One is Cardinal. I'm going to go with The Architect just because I know how much Kacey Musgraves loves John Prine, and this just sounds like such a John Prine song to me in a sense. I love her songwriting. I love her guitar playing, and I like the way that I like how she continues to do this, write great songs over and over again, album after album. And that's not an easy thing to do. And not a lot of people do that. And I got a lot of props for her. And I really like her Christmas special. So there you go. Kacey Musgraves, and she is fine. Smoking hot. Okay, from I believe it's their fourth album, Worn Tin. Yeah, the album is called Lurlene, and I'm going with the title track. It's the best song on the album. This thing really reminds me of a bit of Blind Melon and sort of that side of grunge things, or kind of like a grungier, you know, slacker rock, folk rock, I guess. But this album's full of good songs. I think it's Warren Tin's best album since their first couple. Well, I guess I only got like four or five, maybe. So, anyways, and it wasn't too crazy about the last couple, at least one. Back to Form, great song, title track's my favorite for sure. Also, really like the track right after that, Joe and Ruth, another good track. Up next, song 17, going with Love Fiend. The song is Just for Eddie. This is off their album Handle with Care. It's anxious garage punk. Kind of reminds me a bit of some good Clash stuff, maybe a little bit of Bruce Springsteen horn section in there with a bit of some Deer Tick, and yeah, I love it. I think it's great. Just a fun album. This one will be great in the summer. Look forward to this summer. Be rocking out to this album from Love Fiend. Song 16 comes from Phish, Evolve, and this is just a very Phish track, but it's a good one. It's a little better than the average Phish track. They got what, like 580 for a standout Phish track to make my list. It seems kind of weird, but this was a really good song and a pretty good album too. So there you go. Hail Bugnish. Up next, song number 15 comes from African band Mdou Moctar, and the song is Imouhar. Imouhar. This song was my introduction to, I believe you pronounce it Mdou Moctar, Mdou, and I was blown away instantly. Now I am hooked on this channel, so I do listen to a lot of African music from this one channel. It's on YouTube. It's called Analog Africa, and if you've never checked that out, check it out. It's amazing. What they do is they save old songs from the 60s, 70s, and 80s and 90s that might have gotten destroyed, that were big hits in their countries throughout Africa. And man, it's awesome. It rivals the best music from around the world, no problem. And I haven't heard any of it. So when this came on, I was instantly attracted. And the guitar playing is unreal on this album. And check out all the live videos because it's very entertaining to see. So, and there's a playlist on my channel, Joepinionated. You can check me out on YouTube Music as well. Those are probably the two best places to find me. But yeah, Joepinionated. So that's usually how you can listen to all these songs. And I also have a list of over 100 of the best songs from 2024 on there. Click play at the top and check them all out. Up next, from the upcoming album, actually in 2025 here, coming out in just a couple of short weeks, there will be a link in the description for the album. It's from Tristan Armstrong out of Toronto, Canada. The song I'm going with is Lonely Avenue. Tristan appeared on the channel many times before as well. Also released an album with Duncan Simmons, the actual Goners album, that I've highly rated as well, from just a couple of years back now. Tristan Armstrong has a real, in Canada, Joel Plaskett feel. Americana, kind of almost has a bit of a country twang to his voice. Excellent lyricist, excellent guitar player. He's got Trevor Falls on the drums who's just killing it. And those guys are featured on his channel many times. The song in the album is Lonely Avenue from Tristan Armstrong. And like I said, I'll have a link below where you can order your copy on wax. Also, check out his new single, Queen of Diamonds, which will probably be making my 2025 list right off the hop. I've been playing it on repeat the last couple of weeks since that came out. So check out Queen of Diamonds from Tristan Armstrong, Tristan Armstrong Music. And like I said, there'll be links below in the description. Up next, number 13. This is also probably her third or fourth, be her fourth album, I believe, from Emily Nenni. That's Nenni. The track I'm going with is Amarillo Highway from the album Drive and Cry. But Amarillo Highway is a cover of obviously Terry Allen's classic, one of the greatest songs ever written. It's up there with Billy Joe Shaver's Honky Tonk Heroes and things of that ilk. And Emily does a great job. And actually, I got into Emily Nenni because, first of all, my friend Sunny had recommended her to me. But the song that I really fell in love with was her version of Amarillo Highway that she was doing live in a bar somewhere, probably about 3 or 4 years ago. And I just love that. I own 3 of her albums now. I haven't been able to catch her live yet. You got to come up to the Northwest, Emily. I'm definitely a fan. Yeah, so her version of Amarillo Highway got a lot of spins around here. So a few other songs from the new album, but I just want to talk about Amarillo Highway too. Terry Allen, incredible songwriter. Coming up on the 1980 album list, which is also getting filmed right away. Up next, from the Smiles second album of 2024, Cutouts, I'm going with the track Zero Sum. This is manic stuff from Radiohead, from it's Johnny Greenwood and Tom York on this one, but man, is this a kill. This album to me, and I mentioned it in the Albums of the Year episode, which this album made, one of my favorite things from anybody Radiohead since In Rainbows. And that's saying a lot because there have been some really great albums from everybody in the band. Ed O'Brien's album is incredible, and these Smile records are amazing. Everything's great. Don't get me wrong. But this album, I think, is the best album since In Rainbows. And Zero Sum is awesome. Like I said, super anxious, manic, Claire Drummond. Oh my God. Up next from Father John, Misty. I don't have to say the Mahash Mahana. Is that what it's called? Maybe I got it right on the first guess. From that album, I'm going with the track She Cleans Up. Just a fun track, straightforward, and what a return to greatness with his album this year. And it's also another one that's kind of creeped up even since I made the album list. So, or the album episode on this channel for 25 best 2024. Up next from, I don't know, like his 15th album, something like that, Charley Crockett. I'm going with Hard Luck and Circumstances from the album $10 Cowboy. $10 Cowboy from Charley Crockett, Hard Luck and Circumstances. See, me and Bad Luck got perfect timing. All the stars just aligned. I had a hard time choosing between this one and America. $10 Cowboy is a good track too. Cool sound. It's a country singer. It's more in the Charley Pride side of things, but heavily influenced by Bill Withers. And I just love the production quality on these things. They do sound somewhat Motown as well. And yeah, Motown country. Cool video I saw the other day too of him playing Waylon Jennings Telecaster. Freaking badass. Lucky guy. Number 9, I'm going with Benjamin Todd and Sierra Farrell's duet One Last Time. And that's 2 artists that were new to me in this last year. Benjamin Todd and Sierra Farrell. I did see her name all over the Grammys. I think she was winning for songwriter or folk music, possibly. Kind of, it's like a cross between country folk, maybe a little bluegrass. Benjamin Todd, really every genre of country, western, all that, every genre within the CMAs. He does them all, and just sort of different eras between each. It doesn't sound like a straight Nashville album or a straight, it changes every song. So pretty cool. And yeah, so they both had great albums this year. So I'm kind of happy just to lump them in on one song, get more artists in here. One Last Time is the duet. Number 8 comes from MJ Lenderman. She's Leaving You. And this song sounds like it could have came out in 1997. and it's kind of a little bit drive-by truckersy with a little bit of, I don't know what you call that, garage rock, kind of slacker rock sound. Cool tracks. And this album got a lot of attention this year. MJ Lenderman. I didn't see it on the Grammys or anything like that, but I did see it on every other one of these greatest albums of the year. And I think this is the biggest song from the album. It's great. It's great rock songwriting. Up next from the Beatles, I mean, the Lemon Twigs, they don't know how to fall into place. They've got this real Beatles, Beach Boys, 60s sound quality to their music. I'm wondering if AI is writing this stuff. How do you do that? How do you just consistently write these things that sound like they should be a late 60s pop hit? It's pretty impressive. It's pretty cool stuff. This album wasn't as good as the last couple. I did buy it, and I'm a little disappointed with it just because it is kind of samey in spots. But Lemon Twigs, can't wait to see these guys live. They put on a really good show, and they keep just pumping out albums. That's the thing. You just pump out albums these days. The song is "They Don't Know How to Fall in Place." I'm not sure if I said that already. Up next from Nolan Potter's album, "The Perils of Being Trapped Inside My Head." Inside a head. The song is "Do I Have to Tick Your Talk?" This album's pretty crazy. It does sound a lot like an early Pink Floyd. Like this is psychedelic rock, but I mean, it really sounds a lot like 1967 Pink Floyd. Like this sounds like Sid Barrett kind of stuff, but with incredible instrumentation. Like I keep saying Pink Floyd, but wow, this sure reminds me of early Pink Floyd. Nolan Potter has put out about 10 albums at this point, or 8 albums, something like that. Check out the playlist on my channel and check out Nolan Potter if you're into that sort of psychedelic rock. Nolan Potter's been around for like 5 years, and 5 years, 7 albums from Nolan Potter. Up next, it's his sixth album, first as Johnny Blue Skies from Sturgill Simpson. I'm going with the track Mint Tea. Scooter Blues, Jupiter, lots to choose from on a beautiful sounding record, a quite a happy record from Sturgill Simpson. A lot of pessimism in the lyrics previously, but this sounds like he's really come to peace with things. And man, is this tour incredible. I saw I just released some new dates for 2025. Check it out if you're able to. Incredible live shows. This is a guy really in the prime of performing. Sturgill Simpson and Mint Tea from Passage de Sur. Great album too. What are we at? Number four? Number four, I'm going with Geordie Greep's Holy Holy. Everything you need to know about Geordie Greep in this track. If you're into Steely Dan, you might like it. That kind of, there's a bit of that sort of yacht rocky sound on some of these songs, but just intense, in your face, balls to the wall, jazzy, croonery stuff. There's not a lot out there like it. It is sort of another unique sound to one of these newer bands, or breaking out on his own after, was it Black Midi? Was that the name? Geordie Greep, number four with Holy Holy. Check out the music video. It's lots of fun. And check them out. Watch them playing live. It's pretty intense. Good shows. Up next from Waxahatchee and MJ Lenderman, I'm going with Right Back to It. Incredible song, incredible performance. It's number 3 on my list. Easily could have been number 1. Certainly one I've been enjoying quite a bit lately. Very pretty song. I think it's got staying power. It's kind of like it's a folk country song, or a singer-songwriter folk song. It's got some incredible playing in it, some incredible picking in it. Sounds like there's a bit of banjo in there. I don't know what to tell you. Great track. Great voice from Waxahatchee and MJ Lenderman when they're doing the harmonies on the solo or on the chorus. Sounds great. Number 2, I'm giving it to King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. Risque is the song I'm going with. It's just tons of fun. Like King Gizzard always does. Balls to the wall. I know I said that 5 times this episode. Balls to the wall from King Gizzard. I really like this sound, this sort of southern rock sound on this album. If you don't know King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, they put out mini albums all the time. They put out 5 one year, and always, lots of concept albums, lots of completely different genres from the last. And yeah, I really like this genre of music. So this one's got, like I said, sort of like a Little Feat Southern rock thing going on to quite a few of the tracks, and I dig it. But the number one song for me from 2024 comes from English Teacher. And that's the world's biggest paving slab. This goes out to my homies, the English teachers in Taiwan. Represent the English teachers in around the world, especially in Taipei. Represent. Thinking of you guys always. This track kills. Check it out. Reminds me a little bit of the Cranberries and parts. Great driving guitar hook. Really cool music video as well. And a ton of fun. And I love it. Sounds great in the car. We'll see if it has staying power. Number one song comes from English Teacher, the world's biggest paving slab. That's it. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Put your opinions in the comments below, and I will get back to you right away. Let me know what I should be checking out, what I missed. Let me know what your top three are. If you got them, if you got them ready there, just throw them in the comments. Remember to live and let live, be normal. And I'm sorry I'm a little low on facts and high on opinions. Respect to the English teacher and to my homies, the English teachers overseas. We out.